Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
Eagles beat the Giants.
Yep. And
Carson Wentz, Daniel Jones becoming a meme. What happened Thursday night, Sam?
Yeah, so there's a couple questions we had to ask here. Carson Wentz leads that comeback. He has Deshaun Jackson back for a bit, and then Deshaun Jackson gets hurt again. He's had to deal with a third-string offense the last 2 weeks. He comes from behind and wins 22-21. So this begs the question, because obviously that Carson Wentz was getting a lot of hate at the beginning of the season, myself included. I mean, I don't think Carson Wentz is an elite quarterback right now, but I think he's really good, and I didn't give him that credit at the beginning of the year. Was Carson Wentz ever the issue, or does last night prove he just needs more weapons? And then how much credit should we give him for last night's win with limited weapons? Because obviously he was playing the Giants.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know for sure, but I'm looking it up right now. Like week 1, like just for example, they lost to the freaking Washington
football team. Yeah.
And I'm 90% positive that their receiving core was fully healthy.
Jeffrey was out. Jeffrey's been out all year, though.
Okay.
And Rager was out, but he's been out all year.
Okay, so they lost 2 people. That's actually a lot. No, Rager was in.
Rager hasn't played the whole year, I don't think.
Rager played week 1.
Okay. Missed that.
Got 1 reception for 55 yards.
So he must have gotten hurt in the game.
Probably. Look, Carson Wentz, he's a weird case because he's good when he needs to be.
When his back's against the wall.
Yeah, when his back is against the wall. Thank you for saying that. Like this week, this Thursday, he was good. He led a comeback. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Got 11 points in 4 minutes. Awesome. But in like week 1, he had the majority of his team healthy and couldn't beat the
Washington football
team defense.
The O-line was banged up, but
the O-line was banged up, but they still had like 3/5 of it.
Yeah.
Which is a lot compared to some other teams now.
Compared to most Patriot seasons in history, that's a lot.
Yeah. I don't like. He had a great game yesterday. I think we need to see more from him this year before we can say he's like tier 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say it, Dak Prescott's far better than Carson Wentz.
I agree with that statement.
Even though he had a fully healthy receiving core, except for, Blake Jarwin, but Dalton Schultz has been pretty good. Yeah, I think we need to see like a few more games from him he needs to keep this momentum going.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't had it for a lot of the season. And if he can keep it going with all these injuries, then I'll be like, yeah, he's definitely still got it.
Yeah. For me, I think Carson Wentz.
It's hard.
It's so hard. Because here's the thing, right? Carson Wentz hasn't really had a healthy team for most of the year. But the first 2 weeks, he was so undeniably bad. Like, I mean, you look at his numbers; they were just totally unimpressive.
There was a QBR of 16.
There was a stat that, like after week 2 or 3, that Russell Wilson could have thrown picks on his next 58 straight passes before he had a lower QBR than Carson Wentz, and that's something we have to consider. But Wentz has really turned it up the last couple weeks, and I think he's a good quarterback. He's not elite because here's the thing, right? You want to look. I don't want to bring Tom Brady into this. I don't want to bring Drew Brees into this, but like
Drew Brees into it, not Tom Brady. Bring A-Rod into it.
Look, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, historically, they've dealt with injuries to the O-line. They've dealt with injuries to their receiving core. Brady won a Super Bowl without Gronk playing the last 8 games of the season. Like, they adapted. Carson Wentz, look, he's got 2 wins. One was against the Giants, and the other was against a Niners team that was playing a second and third string quarterback.
And he almost got a dub against the
Steelers, and then he was close against someone else as well last week, I think.
He was so close, and then they just –
the Ravens. Look, I mean, it's hard because his injuries are unprecedented. It's like a record. But at the same time, he hasn't really gotten the job done against anyone legitimate. He's not an elite quarterback. Eagles fans might hate me for that statement, but he's not what he was the year he almost won MVP before he tore his ACL. I think he's a good quarterback. I think, Joe, he is tier 2. He's not Dak, in my opinion. But, like,
I'm going to say tier 3 still because I need to see more from him.
Look, I mean, he's better than current Brady. I'll say that. But he's not on par with Aaron Rodgers. He's not on par with Tom Brady 2 years ago. He's not on par with Dak Prescott. He's not on par with Deshaun Watson. It's really just hard to evaluate this because of the injuries, but you can't make that like a full excuse. Like, I mean, we've seen he's had healthier teams and not gotten the job done. So I agree with you, Joe. Long story short, we need to see more from him. Do you have anything else you want to say about Wentz, or can we move on here? Okay, so then the last question, and I know this is going to hit close to home for you. Do you think Philly is now the NFC East favorite with Dak out?
Yeah, easy. Done. Yes.
I agree. I think
like when Dak was such an impactful player for the team. When he got injured, Dallas's chances of winning the East went from 60 to 28.
Yeah, and honestly, after watching how you imploded against Arizona, a defense that's good but nothing crazy, like, I mean, I can't see you beating Philly more than once, and I think you need to beat them twice to win the East.
Here's the thing. Andy Dalton could surprise me. I'm still hoping he does. Like, that was his first full game.
He started last year for parts, but yes.
Yeah, but this is a better receiving core.
Yeah, so in theory, he should have been better.
Yeah, but I saw, you sent me this. It's 10 and 25 for backup quarterbacks in Dallas or something.
Yeah.
Look, Andy Dalton is probably the best backup in the NFL. Because I feel like the second best is Jameis Winston.
I gotta think, but yeah, I think you're right.
See,
maybe Joe Flacco, but he wasn't good last week at all. So actually, I'm not even gonna put the name out there. I'm too hung up on
Andy Dalton has led the Bungles to 5 straight playoff appearances in his tenure there. I feel like if he I'm having hope because obviously a Cowboys fan. But also, the fact that Dak is there with the team, he can still teach Andy Dalton how he led the offense. Defense needs to pick up their crap and, do crap. Now, getting Sean Lee and Chidobe Awuzie is big this week. Because I think it might actually help a lot having a veteran quarterback like Chidobe, even though he's not that good.
Yeah.
He's the only one that got a pick this season so far. So, that's going to be great. And Sean Lee, he's just an ageless wonder.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's good. He's good still.
He's still good. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. On that note, I think we can move on to this is a hard subject here. Daniel Jones. He's getting slandered.
If you don't know, his brother goes to our school.
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy. I'm going to go in on Daniel Jones,
let's look at the numbers. 5 touchdowns to 7 picks this year. He's got 23 fumbles in 20 career games, including...
Does that include rushing touchdowns?
Fumbles. I think it's just passing touchdowns. And then also, look at it. He's got 5 fumbles this year, 4 lost, and he fumbled the game away on the final drive last night. So does he really deserve all this criticism, Joe? And do you think he's actually the man for New York moving forward? Or do you think it's too soon to judge that?
Look, New York. How? Daniel Jones, I think, can become a good quarterback. He's not going to be elite. He's going to be better than Mitch Trubisky currently. But it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to have to clean up some things.
He needs to fix his fumbling problem, and he needs a better receiving core.
Yes.
He just needs a WR1. Also, dude needs to, make sure his feet stay on the ground and doesn't get tripped up. That's just sad. I'm sorry. But you went 80 yards and you almost got a touchdown. But you tripped over the field.
Yeah.
No, I know people have done that, but there was no one near you, and come on, man.
Yeah.
But the 7 interceptions are bad. The 1 fumble.
Yeah, it was the game-losing one though.
You said more than 1.
No, in this game specifically.
Yeah, but
He's got 5 fumbles in 4 games this year. According to
he has only one.
According to Football Reference, he has 5 fumbles in 4 games.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. It's interesting.
Yeah.
ESPN fixture crap.
Oh, I think you're just looking at rushing numbers. Passing, they have fumbles as well.
No, they don't.
Oh, they had it. Okay, different site. Yeah.
What the crap?
Anyway, Joe, look.
Yeah.
It's hard to judge this. I guess I keep saying it's hard, but this is what we're like not paid to do. Like,
plus we got sponsorships.
He's a solid passer. He's very mobile, which I like a lot. He went on that 80-yard run before he tripped up. The note people don't realize is actually according to Next Gen Stats, the fastest quarterback miles per hour on a run this season. So faster than Kyler Murray.
Yeah, it was like
it was crazy. Like the dude,
I don't even think it was quarterback. It was 6th overall.
Yeah, and it was first as a quarterback. And look, he's got a great skill set. There's a lot of things New York has to give him support for. I think the slander's a bit unwarranted on Daniel Jones. Yes, the fumbling and the picks are an issue, and he's a young quarterback that needs to clear that up. But look at what the Giants have. They got Devontae Freeman, who's now injured. They have an O-line that's spotty on and off. Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard. Neither of them are WR1s. Both of them are WR2s. Saquon's out for the season, obviously. And then Evan Engram is finally back, and he dropped a pass that would have been big to put the game out of reach last night. I'm not going to go in on Daniel Jones. I think he still has plenty of potential to be a good quarterback. Do I think he'll be the best quarterback in the league in 5 years' time? Probably not. But I do think he can lead the Giants into the playoffs in the future. I know that's a bold statement, but I think it requires a lot.
Dude, come on. If the Eagles can stay healthy next season and the Cowboys have Dak Prescott, and a good solid defense.
Yeah, I know.
That division's going to be stacked.
Yeah, no, I get it. But also there's the extra wild card spot. But I'm saying in the future, you don't know how this could unfold. And this isn't a situation where we're watching Josh Rosen at quarterback. So I don't want any BS there. Just don't.
No, one's a starter and one's just not even. One's a practice squad.
Don't compare him to Josh Rosen. Don't even. He's got a lot of potential for the future, but it's going to require him to clean up some mistakes. I think that's my conclusion on that.